Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Andy Learn and Share. Today I have come up with a new video, RPA Business Analyst Roles and Responsibilities. The intention of this video is just to make you aware, what are the different kind of roles and responsibilities for a robotic process automation business analyst. As I have received almost like 5 to 6 emails from you all, requesting for this particular video. So that is the reason I have come up with this video. And one thing I would like to tell you is that the sound quality of my previous video is not that so good because of some or the other factors. So I wholeheartedly apologize for that, and I hope that this kind of things will not be repeated in future, and I'll come up with more clarity. So if you have any other queries on any of my videos, then you can directly email me, or you can also write down on the comment section. And if you like this video, then please kindly share with your colleague, and also subscribe my channel and like my video as well. So let's get started. So what are the different role and responsibilities of business analyst in robotic process automation? As you know that there are different phases of robotic process automation life cycle. So what I have tried to explain you is what are the different kind of responsibilities of a business analyst in each phase. So it will make you understand, and it will kind of give you aware that what are the things that you will have to make sure being a business analyst. So as you know that there are broadly 5 to 6 different phases of robotic process automation life cycle, or be it like any other software life cycle. The first one being the project identification or a discovery phase, or project analysis phase. The second one is design phase, then development phase, test phase, pre-launch phase, or some people say it like as a hypercare, and finally the live or BIU or the deployment phase. So the first one being the project identification or a discovery or a project analysis phase. So the duration of this particular phase is it depends upon the project as well. So basically, or in a generic view, it can take up to 1 to 2 weeks. So this is a generic view, depending upon the category or the complication of the project. If it is a simple project, then it may take even 1 to 2 days, or if it's a very complex process, and it may take up to 2 weeks or more than that. So this time representation I have taken in an average, so please don't kind of judge on that. So the different kind of roles and responsibility of a RPA business analyst is on this particular project analysis or discovery phase is identification of automation candidate. So if you are a business analyst, or if you are kind of looking to be a part of business analyst role, then the main intention, or the main role of yours will be identification of different kind of automation projects in your particular company or in your particular project, be it any kind of domain, or be it like any kind of company or company. There will be somewhere where you will have to find out the perfect automation candidate. You'll have to gather all the requirements of that particular process, and you'll have to analyze it whether it will be fit for automation or not. Then it is your prime responsibility that you will have to access the assess the feasibility of the process, be it like functional and technical. And once you feel that okay, this is the right candidate of automation, then you'll have to take approvals from the process, or different stakeholders of that particular project. And once you take all the approvals, and once you feel that this process is perfect for automation, then it's our prime responsibility to get the required accesses for all the applications or servers, because once we move into the development phase, then the developers will require all the access of that particular process of that particular application or servers which is being involved in this particular process. So this is a generic view. If I want to deep dive in this particular phase, then it will kind of be up one single video. So that's the reason I have just highlighted the key points out here. But there are also different other fields, like business analysts have to be the point of contacts for all the different kind of stakeholders. You'll have to keep that in mind as well. So moving to the next phase, which is very important phase of robotic process automation life cycle. This is a design phase. Design phase also, it depends upon the complexity of the process. If it's a very simple process, it will not take even 1 week. And if it's a very, like complex into two or complex into three, then it may take even more than 2 weeks. So this is again a generic timeline that I have given. So in the design phase, the main or the important thing on this particular life cycle, part of a robotic process automation, is creating the different kind of documentation for the entire process, be it like PDD, SDD, FDS, DSD, TDD, or technical design document. So there are different kind of documents. So the first and foremost thing is, like you'll have to take the process walkthrough with the help of SMEs, and it's very important to note each and every single keystroke level wise, so that it will be very easy for the developers in the future while developing the process. So the first thing is like process walkthrough with SMEs and communicating with them frequently. It's very important. Being a business analyst, you'll have to understand the process, each and every steps, upstreams, downstreams, everything, and taking all the possible information of the process, SOPs, as is documents, keystroke level documents, exception, etc. Creating the documents like a process definition document, or for some I mean, different companies or different industries, they have a different kind of name. Some says it's PDD, or some says it's FDS, which is like functional design specification document, and some says like DSD, which is design specific document, and this is a PDD. And once you create the PDD and once you get the sign off, you'll have to also create a solution design document. And some people, they will also term this particular document as a technical design document. I'm sorry that I have given here TDS, but actually it's a TDD, technical design document, with the help of solution architect. And once you create all the required documents, then it's your responsibility to take the approval or the sign off of all the documents from the SMEs or business, in order to move forward for the next stage of the robotic process automation, which is a development phase. Here also I have given the time period or the timeline for the entire development is like 4 to 16 weeks. And this is including the unit testing and the integration testing. So the main responsibility of a robotic process automation business analyst in this particular phase is walking through the developers about the process. You'll have to walk through the developers each and every step of the process, including the exceptions, be it like everything. I mean, from A to Z, you'll have to be crystal clear to the developers, so that they can easily code it through. And if they have any doubt, then you are the point of contact, because being a business analyst, you are the middle person between the developers and the SMEs. So as I mentioned in the next line, clearing all the doubts and communicating with the SMEs or business for any doubt clearance. Of course, this is also very vital, because the developers may ask you so many questions, and during that time, some questions even you are also not able to answer to them. So you'll have to contact the SMEs or the business for any doubt, or any any doubts that developers are asking. And also, once developer they creates they code for a particular phase of that project, then it's your responsibility to review that particular particular part of the project with the SMEs. Some companies, they follow the agile methodology, which is a very good one. So in that case, the developers will develop any code in a sprint wise, sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, based on the based on the number of uh, number of sprint. Once you complete the or user stories, once you complete one sprint having like let's say one or two user stories, then it's your responsibility to review that particular sprint with the SMEs, and if they give kind of sign off of that particular story or the sprint, then you can move ahead with the next sprint. So it's a good advantage, for uh, I mean, for you being a business analyst and to follow one kind of methodology. If you are following the agile one, then it's a very kind of good advantage for you. And also, if you feel that if you miss any point during the requirement gathering, then you can have a consult with the SMEs or with the business, and then even you can create a CR for that particular piece of work which you feel that you have missed during the initial requirement gathering. So that is also the kind of responsibility of a business analyst. And also they review the process with developers on the unit testing or integration testing, and helping developer to complete the process and taking approvals for SIT or the testing. So the next phase is like test phase, and here also I have given the time period of 1 to 3 weeks. So being a business analyst, it is your primary responsibility to make all the environment ready for the test, be it like SIT or UAT, and also preparation of all the test cases or scenarios. In fact, this has to be done before the development phase. If you during the requirement gathering, you'll have to understand what are the different kind of scenarios, and you will have to create a test cases by the time itself, and executing and tracking SIT and UAT cases. It is your primary responsibility. You'll have to keep up all the cases, test cases and scenarios, and some of you may have to follow the traceability matrix. If they find any bug, or if they find any defect in the particular code, then you'll have to make sure that it has to be fixed by the developers and all, and getting the required sign off all the test cases being be it like SIT or UAT, and the production readiness artifacts and the documents like runbook, or some may say like deployment or handbook, operational handbook or something like that, or deployment book. And also you'll have to raise a change request for the code to deploy it into the production environment. And also it is your responsibility to make all the production environment or setup for the deployment. And once you have all the required information in this particular bullet points, then it's okay to go to the next phase, which is called the pre-launch phase, or some people they say it's like a hypercare phase. So in the hypercare phase, you'll have to assist with the production support team and also the SMEs, and you'll have to run all the pre-runs, bot, and you'll have to execute all the cases, based on the based on the contract, or the based on the agreement with the SMEs. You'll have to agree upon how many sample cases and or how many percentage of the particular cases has to be taken into consideration for this particular pre-launch. And then you will have to explain the runbook of the runbook to the production support team, so that in future during the production, if they find any issues or if they want to have any contacts, then it has to be clearly explained in that book. And you'll have to get up all the sign up for the BAU or the production, and you'll have to get all the required informations, and you'll have to inform all the stakeholders that it is ready for the deployment phase. And finally you will have to hand over all the artifacts, all the documents to the production support team and the business. So this is the entire responsibility of the business analyst in the robotic process automation life cycle. Although there are so many other fields that I may explain in the upcoming videos. And finally I would like to thank you for watching my videos, and if you like this video, then I would request you to please share this video to your other colleagues. And if you have any other queries on robotic process automation trainings and support, then you can of course follow my YouTube channel Andy Learn and Share, and also you can email to my email address, which is like foodyogamind@gmail.com. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you all are well, and I would request you to please stay at home, stay safe. As this is a very difficult situation for all of us. So thank you for watching this video once again. Have a nice day. Bye.